Hello, this is Neil Walters with neilsvideos.com. In this video, I'd like to show you some of the things that a person that's on his first or second day of Empowr might want to know. So first of all, when you first join, you're going to probably come up here and click the Learn How. And that actually opened up a new video here. And you're going to watch all these videos over time. And I don't know how many, it might take a couple hours if you watched them all at once, but watch a few each day and get an idea. And they'll explain a lot of the system to you. The only thing is, those videos are starting to get outdated just a little bit. So there might even be a few things in there that have changed, but overall, they'll give you a good basis on how to get started. So those are those. Let me explain some other things that are really important. Number one is on day one, please put a profile picture here. All you do is click Update, Profile, Photo, and then you can upload your own photo from your disk and get that straight. Because there's a lot of people that have been on Empowr for weeks or months and they have what, like a silhouette head here, which to me, it's a system. They talk about building trust, and you need a picture to build trust with people. Some people put like cartoon pictures or even fake pictures. And, if you're concerned about privacy, you can do that. At least put a cartoon picture. But, I like to use my face, and maybe I should be smiling a little bit more there. So a smile is important. Now, a couple of buttons up here I want to show you is over on the right side here, you'll see invite friends. And you have to decide if you want to do that or not. If you do, what you're going to do is upload your Gmail or Yahoo or maybe your Outlook address book. And then from then on, basically Empowr will start emailing those people. And you might not want to do that. When I first did it, I thought I was going to be able to pick from a list and select the people I wanted to notify. But I think it just sucks them all in, and I don't know what algorithm they use, but they will start emailing those people. So if you have business contacts on your list or people that are, kind of like anti-online business or whatever, you might not want to do that, okay? There are other ways to invite people, so let me show you how that works. Okay, you're going to click this little down arrow and click Settings. And then here, hopefully, I don't know if first you may not even have a profile URL, but you want this to be like your name, right? So you're going to click Edit on that button, and then you're going to put in a friendly name, like, my name's Neil Walters, or if that name is taken, you could say the Neil Walters or Neil Walters 22, or whatever you want. And then that's the link that you can give out to your friends who you want to invite to join Empowr. And then they have that deal where you get $20, they get $20, and that's into your not immediately cash out, but anyway, it goes into your balance. Now, this one might be important to you, control notifications. And it has notifications for both the mobile phone and the mobile app and for emails. And I didn't even realize this was here at first. So after you join Empowr, you're going to get, I don't know how many emails a day. And so here you can actually turn off which ones you don't want to get. So I still have all mine turned on. And then what I did is I went to Gmail, and in Gmail, I have rules or filters set up to throw all my Empowr messages, not all of them, but some of them into like I don't want to call it a junk mail folder, but let's call it an archive folder. So the things that, like, if someone won my auction or something, I don't need to know that. I don't want that interrupting my day and my regular email. But if it says, but some of the emails I do like to get are my daily earnings. I like to see, okay, today you earned $3,000 or whatever. I like to get those. So you can set that up here, turn them on or off just by sliding the little sliders over here like that. Just click on it, I guess. Now you can send internal emails here to other people. And so lately I've been getting a lot of spammers. They'll, what do you call it? Like sorry for people in Nigeria, but they call it like the Nigerian scam, or someone will say, yeah, here, greetings in the name of God, etc. I'm an old widow, and somebody died with my last name, and they've got $15 million, and they want to give it to someone in the U.S. Please don't respond to those people. And as a matter of fact, if you do get those, you can click up here and click Report Spam. It says I already reported this one, but then there'll be another button as to why you think it's a spam. And so that's one thing too. You can email other users, but you don't want to just start emailing them with your offers, because then they could say you're a spammer, and they could potentially shut your account down if you get too many people clicking spam on you. So you don't want to just go out and spam people. Okay, what's next? Anytime you want to go to your own personal page, you just click your name and your picture up here, and that will take you to the page where you do your post and your list and that type of thing. And of course, the upper right corner, you have your daily goals, and you can see today I did a bid, profit, and share, but I didn't list anything yet. So I should probably do a listing. Actually, yesterday I listed my first blog. They call them a premium blog. And I thought that would count for a listing, and I guess it didn't. So since that was the first blog I did, I learned something for the first time there. So I guess only physical products actually count toward listings. This is a new little feature they just added, and that's not something you need to know right off the bat. Okay, in this little corner, you can actually find your friends on here. So like here, I could type in Norman Halverson or Christine, whatever, and I can find people and go straight to their page. So that's one way if you want to directly find a person, it's easy to do. Now, this little menu on the left over here may actually look a little bit different when you're on your home page versus somebody else's page. So like when you're on your own page, you can see your fans, but when you're on someone else's page, you can actually see their fans. I think there might be a privacy option where they choose to show that or not, but most people you can see who their fans are. And that's a way you can increase your fan base is you can go to one of your friends and then start fanning their friends. And there's a certain ratio that if you fan 100 people, probably 50% of them or more are going to fan you back, if not 80, 90%, because everybody wants more fans in Empowr. So that's kind of cool. Now over here you have 2 or 3 things where you can find people. You have the circle of trust, which if I click that now, see that's basically the same, I believe, as clicking this arrow over here. So every day when you click this arrow, you get different people, and then you can choose to like and share and all that kind of stuff. The thing I don't like about the arrow is, like here, I've already closed the circle with this lady, so why does it waste my time showing me her? So as a beginner, you might use that a lot, but once you get used to it, I don't use it very often. And one thing that's frustrating is when you hit the left arrow here, like let's go forward. So now I go from Dea to Norm, and now if I hit the back key, it doesn't go back to Dea, it goes back to this page called Circle of Trust History, and it gives all these different people. So this would be another way I could come through here and I could just look at the circles and say, okay, I need to close. See, like this one, Norman is closed, but Ken and Christina are not. So I could actually just go to Christina's page by clicking on this. And there's her page. And I've already used up all my shares and posts today, so I can't actually click like on her stuff right now. And here's a very common thing. So like Christine, or Christina, whatever her name is here, Christina Guerra, she's not very active. So the last time well, no, actually she did post 14 hours ago. And I guess I already liked it. So I guess I have kind of caught up with her. But some people don't post as much as me, so it's hard for me to catch up with certain people, like the newbies, because they may only have 2 or 3 posts a day or whatever, 10 posts a day. And maybe I post 40 pictures a day. And if they click 10 or 20 of my pictures, then it's almost impossible for me to catch up with them. So that's just another by the way. So now I want to go back to my page here. You don't see this right now, but I keep lots of tabs open at the top of my browser. And to me, that's just an efficient way to work. Also, when you come to your page, you notice some things are missing at the top. And if you just scroll up, you'll see whatever was missing here, like that little bar. That bar kind of stays there. But if you scroll all the way up, see like your balance isn't there right now? Then when you scroll all the way up, you get that top bar. Okay, so now back over here. People I trust and fans. These are 2 different ways I use to close with people. So if you click people I trust, you can actually see statistics here. It's not that important of how you've done over time. But now here, I just can look at these circles and I can scroll down, and anytime the circle is got a little gap in it, I can click on that person and go to their page and close with them. Now, for some reason, this page, I have no idea what it's sorted on, and you have no way to change the sort. So I don't know if it's random or if it's not based on how much trust you have. So I don't know how that works. On the other hand, if you go back to your page and then click on fans over here, you can see I got 4,600 fans. I think that already went up. I think a few minutes ago I looked, or an hour or two ago, and I had 4,595 or something like that. So that's how fast it can go up. Now, this page is, let's say, basically alphabetical, but the problem is, I don't know why sometimes like this person R is not alphabetical. And then you have people in different countries with different symbols in their names, so sometimes they come to the front of the alphabet. And then some people put a dash or something in front of their name, and that actually might be a good technique. Like you might want to put, if your name is John, you might want to put AA John, because then you're going to come up the top of this list and you might get some more clicks that way. It's something I've been thinking about, but I haven't done it. Okay. And so now you can just scroll down through here and sometimes what I do is I'll start in the morning and I'll go through the A's and B's and C's and then later maybe the D's and E's and F's. And you're going to use up your clicks probably before you get to the whole alphabet. So in another video, I'll talk to you about my strategy of how I return clicks to people. I have my own kind of like 3 ways I do it. So this page is kind of like Facebook. It's one of those endless scrolling page. So when you scroll to the bottom, you'll see like these 3 little symbols, and then it'll load some more. And then you'll get more, and it'll load some more. So you see now I'm getting down. I'm still not to the A's. Okay. So finally, here's the people who starts with A. And this is kind of one of the frustrating things is if I want to go straight down to the people whose name starts with S or R or T or something like that, I have to spend like 15 minutes scrolling down because since I have 5,000 friends, give or take, it just takes a while to get there. So there's no way to jump all the way to the bottom. So again, if you know the person's name, I showed you that earlier in the video, you can jump straight to them. Other people use bookmarks, like within your browser, you can bookmark your favorite people, and then you can open them and click back on them that way. And one of the things you'll have on here is you can actually unfan a person or remove as a fan. And about the only time I would do that is there are some people that post nudie pictures on here, not very many, but there's a few. So you might want to unfan them and remove them as your fan. That way you don't have anything to do with them, maybe. Or believe it or not, people will quit Empowr or they'll just get lazy. So sometimes I'll go like this circle here might be open and I might go to that guy's page and then I might find out like he hasn't posted for maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And so what some people do is they don't actually quit Empowr, they just become inactive. And it's a waste of time to go to their pages. So I occasionally will remove those people as my fan and then I will unfan them. And that way they won't show up on here anymore. Okay, next thing I want to show you is if you go back over here to people I trust, and then there's this little very hidden button here. It says see how you're doing. Well, that word see is actually clickable, and that's kind of hidden. These what do they call them? Meters used to be like a button at the top of the screen, and then they removed it. So this is how you get to them now. And this basically shows how you're doing. So like here, I'm in the green, but you can see I'm not in the top of the green. So then you can find out what's wrong. You can come down here and it basically says, okay, I'm doing pretty good posting, but I haven't been so great selling. So I do not sell in the marketplace every day. I do it maybe every 5 days. And so other people at my power level are making more money than me because they're posting every day, or they're posting things to sell. And you have to decide how active you want to be in the marketplace. So actually, I know some top guys in the company, they don't do any marketplace at all. And then other guys do it a lot. So it's kind of a personal preference as to how you want to make your money and if that's one of the ways you want to make your money, because different things that Empowr take different amounts of time. And if you do the marketplace, you have to deal with shipping and communicating, and then someone buys your thing and then they don't send you their address, and then you have to email them and say, please give me your address, and they finally give your address, then you have to ship it. And so there's a lot of kind of like things to keep track of there that you have to decide if that's worth it to you or not. So that is the expansion here. And it also tells me I should sponsor more items. And they talk about what sponsoring is in the videos up here called the Learn How videos. They explain sponsoring pretty good. Okay, this video is already 15 minutes. I'm not going to cover any of the money stuff in this video. I'm going to just keep it to the like what all these buttons over here do. The couple others, let's talk about briefly blogs and communities. So I need to go back to my home page, otherwise, again, some of these buttons don't appear. So you can start something called a community, but as a beginner, I would recommend you don't do that. The concept would be like if you like snow skiing, you could make a community about snow skiing. But the problem is that community has its own daily goals, so you're kind of like doubling your work. So if you do whatever 10 or 20 clicks a day, and then you start a community, that community also has 10 or 20 clicks you should be doing every day. And to me, it's just, I don't know, something I didn't want to mess with. Then the other thing is blogs. So you can make a blog, and there are ways to make money with blogs. And then you can also sell your blogs. You can make your blog public, or you can make it kind of like hidden, and then you can actually sell it. So that's a decision you have to make. Now, to give an example, I'm going to hit over here leaderboard, which is this little trophy symbol. And it'll actually tell you here how many blogs the leaders have. So you can see here, this guy, sounds like maybe a Russian name. See, I don't think he was in the United States last month. So sometimes people that are in other parts of the world seem to be showing up in the US, or maybe he moved to the US. So he has 1,064 blogs, and you can see, he's a pretty good earner there. So he likes blogs. Look down here. Here's Will. He only has 26 blogs. I've only got one blog, and I'm not alone. If you scroll down, see it varies. 1,300 blogs, 293 blogs, 29 blogs. So more have a lot than a few. Here's another one like me. He only has one blog. And there's another one blog. And there's another one blog. So you can see you don't have to have blogs to make money. What a lot of people do is they'll just put a recipe on a blog, for instance. They'll go to the internet somewhere, find a recipe, they'll put it on a blog, and then again, some of them sell it. The reason you might want to sell a blog is it's a way for people to close your circle. So in addition to clicking on people and clicking like and share and comment, those types of things, when you have a blog, even if it's only $1 or something, when people buy that, that helps them close the circle with you. So sometimes I go to a page and it'll say like I have 30 clicks. Like at first you're going to have to hit like 2 or 4 clicks or something to close the circle with somebody. But after you've been doing this a while and you reach a higher level, you may have 30, 40 clicks to close with somebody. And I'd much rather just bid $1 on their blog and then, get it over with. And also, as you move up, you're going to have some of the money you can spend on the blogs that come out of your earnings. So it really won't cost you anything if you're at a certain level. So there's a lot of little things like that you're going to learn as you move up and learn as you go type things. So just another suggestion, what you could do is you could come to the leaderboard here, and of course you want to fan all these people, and then you just want to see what they're doing. What kind of things are they posting? What kind of things are they selling? What kind of blogs are they doing? And just kind of learn from them because they're the experts, right? And also on this screen, you can switch to worldwide. And so it's like here, you'll see the top income is like 1 million overall. And again, think of that as points, not necessarily money. And then come up here and click worldwide. See, I was 18 in the US, but I'm 248 in the whole world. And so here the top guys have 2 or 3 million total. And then you can see how much they have in their last month, which is pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, back to my home page one more time, and let's see if there's anything else I want to show you here. We'll talk about the advertise when we get to the money discussion. Oh yeah, friends. Let's talk about friends. The concept here is that most of the people that you don't know, you're just going to be a fan with. You're going to fan them, they're going to fan you. Friends are supposed to be people that you personally know. So I think there may be a limit of 100 friends. I don't recall right now. You see, I only have 5 friends, and I think most of those are probably not real friends anyway. So there's a difference between a friend and a fan. Okay, the What's New button right here. This will take you to the announcements. Learning Center is the same as clicking on that little Learn icon at the top. We should probably look at the power levels real quick here. So let's look at the announcements, which is called What's New. Occasionally, if there's a new announcement, that'll turn yellow and it'll actually have a little pop-up there. So it kind of forces you to see when they have new announcements. So the thing they were talking about most recently, like here on February 20th, I'm making this video on February 22nd, was this new thing about stock options. They talk about that. And if you page down here a little bit more, actually this is where they explain this new feature here. So they just added this little circle on the top of your box, and this explains what it is and a little bit about that. And then if you scroll down more, there'll be other blogs on here. Like here, this was the prior one on February 13th, and they talked about how people are getting their cash outs, frustrations, and democracy. And anyway, they talk about how they paid out more cash this month, but yet some people were frustrated and why, and they talked about all that kind of stuff. So, that's kind of good information to read. Somewhere there should be a way to see the past blogs, and I'll have to figure out how to show you that later. Oh yeah, if you just go to the bottom here, it says older posts. That'll probably get you there. So back to my page. The last thing I'll mention is the power levels. They have a pretty good training video on that included in the Learn Center up here. So see if there's anything I want to tell you that they don't tell you here. So basically, this number is important because this is how much of your ad fees you can pay with your balance. And so you'll hear real quick, everybody says you need to get to the red star, because if you go to the red star here, you'll see you can pay 100% of your fees with basically your balance money. So you definitely want to get to red star as soon as possible. Now, what they don't tell you, I guess, in their videos is how long does it take to move from one level to the other. And it's roughly every 13, 14 days if you're active. If you only log on the system and only post one picture and you don't do a lot of stuff, then you're not making your money as fast and it'll take you longer to move up. So that's kind of how that works. Now you'll see down here there is a fee for each month, but this fee is actually paid out of your balance. So there's two types of fees. There's this fee, which is your ad platform fee, and that you have to pay with your PayPal or your credit card. Okay, this fee always comes out of your balance. Well, almost always. So when you click like the buy now button, it'll say like here you can pay. Let's take this level. If you want to move up to orange stripe, you could actually pay $25 with your credit card and just jump straight to that level. But I kind of recommend that you move up naturally. If you really want to jump up your first week and if you had $100 to spend, you might want to jump up to orange star. But most people don't do that because they talk about building trust with other users. You're also building trust with Empowr. And so at first you're kind of like, I don't know about this Empowr thing, right? But then as you go through time, you trust Empowr more. So just to kind of blow your hair back here, I'm going to show you like here I'm at a teal level, and see my fee is I'm trying to move right now from first degree to second degree teal, so my fee is going to be $50,000. And that's why I keep telling you, think of this as points. I'm not going to take $50,000 out of my bank or my credit card. That would be ridiculous, right? Don't have that much in there, right? So the $50,000 is going to be the money you make on Empowr. And so every day when they say you're making, say, $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 at my level, a lot of that money is going to go toward this 50,000 to move me up to the next level. And every time you move up to the next level, if I'm making, say, $4,000 or $5,000 a day here, I might be making $5,000 or $6,000 a day here. And then finally you get up to the top level. And then when you get to this light blue, there's two blues now. There's this blue and light blue. So when you get to light blue star, you're at the top level and the fee is $100,000 a month. But again, it comes out of your points. And that's what a lot of people, that's what I'm striving to get to, is get to that point, and then I'm going to pay off my balance, and then I'm going to start trying to get my cash outs. So until you get to that point, you don't really know, how much you're going to get and how fast and how long it's going to take to pay off the balance. So that's kind of the point where you're at. One other thing real quick is important down here. This tells you that you are currently a whatever level you are until this date. So this is a very important date, and you want to make sure then that you have money in your balance to pay for that when that date rolls around. So do make a note of this date and then kind of come back and check on that. Now there was a time a while back where you could almost skip a level, but now they pretty much auto upgrade you. But there's a rule that says like within 72 hours of the auto upgrade, you can even move to a next level if you have the money in your account. But most people, I think it's kind of hard to do right now. So you're probably going to move up one level at a time. So just stop and think about it for a minute. Each color has 4 levels. So let's say if they say is every 13 or 14 days. Let's assume it's every 15 days you move up a level. So that's to move up 2 levels takes you a month. So look at this. Let's say this is 2 months, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 months, and then 14 months to become sky. So in theory, it could take you 14 months to move to the highest level. Now, actually, I think I've only been here 6 months and I'm on teal. So again, it depends how hard you work and how you work the system, how you learn the system. The more you learn, the harder you work, the faster you can move up. So I think that concludes what I'm going to talk about in this video. Enjoy having you here with me today, and I look forward to your success and my joint success. And like I said, remember there's going to be problems and obstacles. That's true with any business. If you buy a McDonald's franchise, there's going to be problems with it, right? I actually know a guy that bought a, what's it called? Just a second. Oh, he bought a Smoothie King, and they totally failed with it, right? So it doesn't matter what business you have, you can be a success or a failure at it, and that's up to you, really. It's not the company, it's up to you. So I want you to learn and strive to do well. And when you have an obstacle, don't give up and just keep pushing through it and overcome it. So this is Neil. We'll see you in the future.